Kaleb Crisp, and I own a Twin Turbo Shelby GT350. Well, I sold my Z28, and the day I sold my Z28, this car went up for sale. 1,000 horsepower, awesome color. It was a muscle car, which I'm into muscle cars, but I wanted a Shelby or a Z28 because of the handling capabilities that these muscle cars show. Engine is a 5.2 liter Voodoo motor. It's all stock right now other than oil pump gears and crankshaft timing gears. And then it has twin turbos on it. It's 55 millimeter twin turbos. It's a Hellion kit, front mount kit, and injectors, booster pump, things like that. It's a TR3160 6-speed transmission. I don't know, I think in the car industry, 1,000 horsepower is a statement in a way. It's something that, it's becoming more common. 1,000 horsepower is something that is flaunted at now. I mean, tons of cars have 1,000 horsepower. Growing up, I always wanted something, you know, really fast, loud, this and that and the other. And then my Z28 was like 700 horsepower. And at that time, everyone that was like faster than I locally was around 1,000. I was like, oh, I want to hit that 1,000 mark. I want to hit that 1,000 mark. I guess that was my goal, to hit 1,000. Now that I'm at 1,000, I'm like, 1,000 horsepower isn't anything, you know, just because there's people making 2,000, 2,600 horsepower in a street car, and they can just drive it all the time. So, but I'm happy with 1,000. I'm stuck between enjoying the car and it being reliable, which it's very reliable right now, other than just a couple transmission issues. Tail housing of the transmission, I had a problem where it was leaking transmission because someone over-tightened the transmission plug when the previous owner replaced it because he blew out the transmission. So I've had to swap that out and things like that. Other than that though, the car's been super reliable. That's why I'm afraid to push it more than 1,000, because the transmissions, I'm already pushing the limits of the transmission because the car's already destroyed one transmission. So I'm on the edge. I want to, deep down I want to, it's just, do I want to fork out the money to do it, you know? I found the car in Denver, Colorado, locally, knew of the car, so that's why I was comfortable buying the car. Miles, I bought it with 24,000 miles on it in August, and right now I have just about 34,000 already. I did not get to test drive the car before I bought it. I went and looked at it and this and that and the other, but he needed to take it to the shop to fix a oil return line on the turbo. It was leaking, so he needed to take it in and fix it. And I didn't feel comfortable driving the car if it was leaking oil or I could cause damage to the car while test driving it. I knew it was a solid car, but we wanted to make sure it was perfect when he sold it to me. That's a hard question. I enjoy seeing other people's reactions. It's not like a supercar or anything like that, but it still grabs a lot of attention. It's people enjoy the car, they love the color, it sticks out, it makes great noises. I mean, it's hard not to fall in love like with everything about the car. It handles well, different power settings, so I can do whatever I want. I can take it to the track, like HPR, I can track it there. I can go to Bandamere and race. It does everything I want it to. So I did a roll racing event at Bandamere when I first got the car. I figured that was a good way for me to really get my grips on the car and take it to the track versus testing it out on the road. And I did roll racing there. It's not really a dig car. I don't have a two-step or anything like that. So building boost to get off the line is it's just more complicated. It's not like, it's just not a dig car, and it breaks things when it digs. It's already broke 2,000 horsepower Ford Performance half shafts trying to dig race it. So I just stick to roll racing and things like that. With turbos, you can adjust the wastegate, and I have a boost controller in the car. It's an eBoost 2 controller. What it allows me, it allows you to preset tunes. So the preset tunes are set on the boost controller, and you dyno tune it, You set those tunes up. So while you're driving, you can adjust the power levels. So I have 3 different power levels that I can adjust on the fly immediately while I'm driving just by pressing a button on the boost controller. And that just allows the wastegate to adjust so that I can make more boost out, like the turbos make more boost, make more power. Yeah, so car events I enjoy is, I like to drive cars, so anything where I'm driving. I like to show up to car shows and things like that and hang out, but what I like to go on cruises and things like that and go out and enjoy that. But I go to a lot of just car shows. I go to Bandamere for roll racing events. I'm going to be doing the Slush Motorsports Festival. I haven't decided what I'm going to do in the Slush, if I'm going to do roll racing or just like the car show. But Colorado Shelby's, I got an in with Colorado Shelby's because of the car I bought. The previous owner was pretty popular in Colorado Shelby's. And then when I got in, not long after that, the person who started Colorado Shelby's actually went to another car. And so there was like a leadership slot that opened up and all kinds of things. We do cruises, we do meets, we're trying to do maybe a car show here or there where we're hosting the car show and then other people come. Recently, about 2 months ago, we went to Las Vegas for a Shelby car meetup where it was just Shelbys all over the country that came. And we played a big part into hosting that event. Las Vegas Shelbys hosted the event, but we played parts into helping them. So the turbos are a little different. The cool thing, that's a cool thing. I think you get to enjoy a little bit of the taste of stock because your boost doesn't come in till later. So if you want to drive it and enjoy, like you don't want to, that's the cool thing about this car is that it doesn't feel like you're always driving a 1,000 horsepower car. You can actually just drive it in the city and it's not like jerking you around all the time. So yeah, the boost doesn't come in till later unless you like want it to come in sooner by like brake boosting or something like that. But it's always there if you need it, and that's a great thing. Is just if you want more power, it's there, and if you want even more, you can just press a button and turn it up more.